Nation of Fit in 10. Welcome to day 32. And reminder, send me your food journals. I'm getting less and less of these as the days go on, and I want to encourage you to keep going with this. If you are not accountable, if you don't send me your food journals, chances are you will mess up more. Accountability is everything in this program. It is arguably the most important thing, because without it, everything else sort of falls to the wayside. Okay, especially diet. Send me your food. Let me get on your case. Okay, it'll be good for you. And it will keep you more involved in this program. Accountability is everything. Stay accountable. I'd say it's probably one of the best, one of the top reasons for spending money in this program. Accountability. All right, this person here got in 3 resistance-based workouts, 4 cardiovascular sessions. Phenomenal. And they have a question, or really I think it's more of a comment. I want to read it to you because I think it's good for you to hear what your peers are doing or what they're going through. I knew this would be a tough week. I had a long planned reunion trip to Montreal with a group of 6 guys that I went to university with. I knew I wouldn't be able to avoid drinking or straying with my food. However, I did achieve the goal I gave myself to work out every day. I was in Montreal, and to not eat, to work out every day while I was in Montreal, and to not eat any French fries, chips, or snack foods. Now that I'm past that one aberrant week, I'm more focused on the next 7. Okay, so this is, perfect example here of, just saying to yourself, this is what's going to happen over the next, whatever it is, 3, 4, 5 days. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to set myself up with some some stringent guidelines to follow. He was very specific. There are certain things that he knew he's going to be pretty vulnerable to, and he set up some rules for himself. And then more importantly, this person goes through this time and then comes back and just gets back on the horse, right? After all, as I mentioned, it's more about what you do versus what you don't do, right? So you can kind of think about this, like, I know that for the sake of this challenge, it's 70 days, and so you want to have the best, you want to have the most, for maybe lack of better words, you want to have the most successful days, right? You want to have as many successful days as you can, and, the least amount of unsuccessful days. But more importantly, post-challenge, it's all about success versus, let's just categorize them as successful versus unsuccessful, right? So it's okay to have some of those days, just don't have a lot of them, okay? And, when you go through this, just set yourself up, get yourself mentally prepped to, and set yourself up with rules, as this person did, and then just abide by them and then get back on the horse, and don't make a big deal of anything. Okay? Don't make a big deal of being really good. Don't make a big deal of being really bad. Just try to stay the course each and every day. All right. Moving along here. This person writes, so this person got 3 resistance-based workouts and 3 cardiovascular sessions. And this is under something that you need help with. I've noticed my legs have been hurting at night. I've started taking magnesium again. Any other suggestions? Yeah, magnesium is great for this. Make sure you take a chelated magnesium. If you can get magnesium, magnesium glycinate or biglycinate, that is got the highest elemental form of magnesium. So remember this, right? Any form of magnesium that you take, it's going to be bound to something else. It can't just be sitting freely on its own. It's got to be bound to something else to neutralize it. And so if you're taking 250 milligrams of magnesium, the item that's bound to it is part of that weight, of that 250 milligrams. So you're not getting 250 milligrams of magnesium. All right, if you take something like biglycinate, which is which has got one of the highest elemental forms of magnesium, it'll somewhere around 15 or 20%. You're going to get more magnesium with that, but not just the amount of magnesium, the bioavailability of it. And if you have typically speaking, if you have a chelated magnesium, as I mentioned, glycinate, biglycinate, malate, taurate, the list goes on. Okay, I can't think of them off the top of my head. You're going to get a much more bioavailable form, but go for the glycinate or biglycinate because you're going to get more elemental magnesium. So very helpful for sure. Something else that's going to help you just to calm your nervous system, glycine. Okay, I carry a product. Actually, I carry a product called Yin Reserve, which I'll talk about that in a second. But I carry another product called Glutamed, and Glutamed is partially, I think it's about 30% glycine. Great product to take before you go to bed and after you work out. Really helps with recovery. Many things, including toning down your nervous system. Another product I carry is Yin Reserve, which is really dedicated to just putting you into that parasympathetic state, allowing your body to relax. It's got a really good form. It's got a couple great forms of magnesium in there. It's got L-theanine in there, and it's also got inositol. So all those things are going to help with getting you into a more relaxed state. So taking something like Yin Reserve would be really good for this. How am I doing here? 6:30. Okay. Let's see. What else do we got here? We have got... All right, so this person, 4 resistance-based workouts, 3 cardiovascular sessions, very good. Something you need help with, building wrist strength. Okay, so a couple things here. Working with weight, a small amount of weight, and going through wrist flexion and wrist extension. So weight in your hand, going through wrist extension, wrist flexion, that's going to help. Also, just working on your grip strength in general, so holding relatively heavy weights and walking around them, or just standing with them will be very helpful. Also, a bit old school, but if you have anything where you can, well, maybe actually think of something else too. If you can roll a weight, if you get a bar, you attach a rope to it, you add weight to the bottom of the rope, and you just work on carrying the rope up or turning the rope so it goes around the wheel, the weight reaches the top, and then you do the reverse. That's going to be very good for building that wrist strength. Okay, you're going to feel it in your forearms, but ultimately strengthening your forearms is going to help with that wrist stability. And grippers are going to help too. Okay, you can buy grippers. Well, probably just buy them online, but you can probably find them at places like, what's it called? Fitness Town, something like that. But probably cheaper to buy online. Okay, 8:20. Let's get to the message of the day. All right, on this day 32, progress is connected with action. If you keep actively trying, you will progress. It's inevitable. Those who progress do make mistakes, but they don't quit. Okay, we can always, it's better to think of success as progression, really. Okay, and not an endpoint. So just remember, those who progress, they make mistakes. Okay, and the more that you try, probably the more mistakes you're going to encounter, because the less you try, the less mistakes you can make. I mean, that's just, it's kind of obvious, right? If you're not trying, you're not going to make any mistakes because you're not trying. So don't be afraid to make the mistakes. In fact, no, if you're making more mistakes, it means you're probably trying harder. All right, so focus on progression. Don't beat yourself up with mistakes. And keep tackling each and every day. And a reminder, your past does not dictate your future. Every day is a fresh day. Every moment in time is a point at which you can move forward, right? Positive energy, positive vibes. Believe in yourself. For the love of God, get some gratitude. And I will talk to you tomorrow.